These trees, called mangroves, hold the coastline of much of the tropics together with their intricate root systems. But shrimp farmers admit most have been clear-cut to make way for ponds.
So did you take down the mangroves to make this shrimp pond?
การที่พัฒนาเนี่ยคือการพัฒนาคือต้องหาพื้นที่ที่เป็นที่เลี้ยงมากขึ้นการที่ทำให้เป็นที่เลี้ยงมากขึ้นก็ต้องตัดไม้
Corey Pete of the David Suzuki Foundation says more than 1,000 square kilometers of mangroves in Thailand have been dug out and flooded with salt water to make way for this lucrative industry.
There was this mad rush to build any farm anywhere and produce shrimp and get it onto the market as fast as possible. And so that's when you saw the mangrove destruction. You know, it was really, where can we site a pond? And even if we only get one harvest out of it and then it's just no good anymore, we'll just abandon it and we'll go build a new one.
Those abandoned farms now dot the landscape. The soil has been so depleted, nothing's here anymore, except a few fiddler crabs and some kids who've turned the remnants of an old pond into their playground.
So this has been converted to a shrimp farm. The people who owned it flattened the ground so it's easier to work and then pushed the material up to the sides.
And before it was a shrimp pond?
Natural mangrove, a little bit like that.
Dominic Woodhouse of Wetlands International studies the loss of these vital mangrove trees in Thailand.
And these roots hold the soil together and try to reduce local erosions.
And as these images from the 2004 tsunami show, coastal villages have bore the brunt of the loss of mangroves. A recent UN report found that if mangroves had remained intact, they could have reduced the flow pressure of the tidal wave by 90%.
The idea is that if you have a thick wall of mangrove vegetation, it will slow the wave energy as it works its way through the mangrove cover. I think everyone has suffered from, I think, a lack of awareness of the value of mangroves.
We saw evidence of the damage still visible a half-decade later when we visited the southern village of Bantelinok. Here, 1/4 of the population died during the 2004 tsunami, including the family of a young woman we met named Pink.
รู้มากเลยค่ะว่ามันสำคัญจริงๆแล้วก็ส่วนมากคนที่รอดบ้านหนูนี้เขาจะไปอยู่ในป่าชายเลนทั้งหมดเลยค่ะพี่สาวแล้วก็ครอบครัวของพี่สาวก็เสียทั้งหมดค่ะบ้านทุกอย่างมันพังหมดมันรู้สึกมันไม่มีอะไรเหลือสักอย่างค่ะ
We heard there was one remaining tract of mangrove forest left in Bantelinok, so we trekked deep into the forest. There, we found a local woman cutting mangrove leaves.
So what's happening here?
อันนี้เราทำอะไรอยู่คะป้า
นี่ยากทำบ้านนี่ทำบ้าน
She told us locals have always treated the mangroves with respect, cutting only what they need so the trees could survive. And as we saw, the next generation of Thais are now learning to respect these ancient trees as well. Why is it important, do you think, to learn about the mangroves and to be here?
ค่ะก็ทำให้เราแบบได้ประสบการณ์แล้วก็ได้เผยแพร่ความรู้เขาก็แบบที่นี่ก็จะเป็นที่ทำอาหารกินของชาวชุมชนนี้ด้วยอะค่ะ
And with the help of Woodhouse,
The water can flow around, the seeds can flow around.
villagers are now determined to bring back these precious forests.
Local people are taking it upon themselves to protect the mangroves and the natural environment that they've got around them.
The day we visited, they were taking mangrove seedlings and planting them in an old shrimp farm that has been reclaimed by the Thai government in hopes of undoing the damage of Thailand's shrimp industry.